This is probably the most Sam Elliott mustache of all of Sam Elliott's movies. Like, look at this thing. It's like its own micronation. Prancer was a Christmas movie that I really had no knowledge of going into this. And when I was putting my list together to review, I threw this in there because I wanted to see how it went. And to be completely honest, I think this movie is a bit of a mixed bag. It tells the story of a young girl who is the daughter of a very poor apple farmer played by Sam Elliott. One day when, well, getting up to kid shenanigans, specifically sledding through some old lady's yard, she stumbles upon a reindeer, and she believes that it is Prancer, one of the famous reindeer of Santa Claus. Still believing in Santa Claus despite literally everything that has happened to her in her life, she protects the reindeer at all costs, much to her father's chagrin. Like I said, I think this is a mixed bag, and I think I'm of two minds on this movie. On the one hand, it's actually got some pretty good moments. However, there's some stuff that I just don't know how to feel about. First of all, the little girl. I think she had some good moments of acting. However, there were some parts of her that I don't know, I guess I just wasn't a fan of. Like, literally, the first scene we see of her, she is in this Christmas choir, and she is the one. There's always one in every children's choir, believe me. As a choir kid, there is always one that, God bless them, they are trying with all of their effort, but they can't hit the notes even if they were given a hammer and a literal nail with written note on it and said, hit that note. They just can't do it. They just want to be heard by their parents and they don't give a damn about anything else. Trust me, there's always one. Also, there are a few scenes of questionable morality, like I said, the whole sledding through the crazy lady's yard thing, despite her father literally saying, don't do that. And also, there is a couple of scenes where she skips school in order to help Prancer out. The intent is there, and this movie does have a good heart in the long run. However, it's kind of like, I don't know, I just didn't know how to feel about that. But also, on the other side of that coin, she does have a good heart, and ultimately, she is trying to do what she thinks is the right thing, and she's trying to help a sick animal back to health. So, ultimately, it's like the wrong thing done. It's like a right thing done for the wrong reason, or a wrong thing done for a right reason. It's a paradox. Also, there's a lot of scenes in the movie where it just feels kind of dour, and I respect that the movie went for more of that darker tone. The movie doesn't try and sugarcoat anything. This family is poor, and not the kind of poor where they're like, oh, we're poor, but we try and work around it. It's like, no, these people are poor, and they don't like it. However, I like that this girl has a spirit of, it's still Christmas, I want to celebrate. I'm of two minds on Sam Elliott's performance as well. There are some scenes where I'm just like, dude, that's your daughter. Like, you don't have to yell at her that much. However, there are other scenes where the two are, like, inseparable. So, it works out, I suppose. Ultimately, at the end of the day, like I said, I am of two minds on this. There's some stuff that I thought was a little questionable. However, I think the movie's heart was in the right place. The movie almost feels like if you were to actually like say it out loud to someone, it feels like a Hallmark movie. And I like most Hallmark movies. I'm not trying to make fun. However, the movie could have easily been something like cheesy and over the top, but instead, there's genuine effort put forth in this. It doesn't work all the time, but at the end of the day, I do respect the fact that this movie actually gave an effort.